ready.
Man, that is going to be a slobber knocker of a game right there.
In all my time, I don't remember somebody scoring 4.
Yeah, if I use a word, jetapult, it's actually a word. People don't realize it.
Good try. No soup for you.
Trey, go get you some wax beans and
soup for the deli, I know.
yeah, go get you some wax beans and have
Trey,
a good day, man. First downs for Central Clay for 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. Roll call with a spidget.
Roll call. A spidget.
Spidget. Is that Woodstock or something?
Yeah, this is Don't even have a microphone on. Unbelievable. We sit here talking to Johnny Bulldog and then put him on.
All right, now we're ready. And you're playing something from Woodstock. See how professional we are.
I know.
We're having a blast talking to Johnny.
That was the old one now.
Who was it?
I don't even know. It was Walter Egan and Stevie Nicks.
One-hit wonders.
Walter Egan one-hit wonder. Stevie Nicks had several.
Oh, yeah, that's the lady.
I want to go see her in concert so bad. I just want to go see Fleetwood Mac. You know, she's with them.
Yeah, she scares me to death. So it's like a witch or something, man.
A witch?
Yeah, throw spells on you.
And she was good looking back in the day.
Oh, yeah. She was a coke addict.
She always wears that witch looking coats and jackets and stuff.
I saw something on MTV one time. She threw this little pixie dust.
You think she put a spell on you?
Probably would. Probably would. What's up, man?
Not much. Welcome, everybody, to the August 18th edition of Sports Chat with Neal and Wally. And, man, you been watching the Little League World Series?
I have, man. Blake, we've been watching a couple of those games.
I like to watch it. Michelle and I like to watch it, too. I don't really care for the foreign teams. I don't know why. I just want to see the little American boys play. Now, I know they show one, and then they show the other, and they bounce back and forth. But when I'm flipping channels, if it's two foreign teams, it don't hold me. Does that make sense? Yeah. But if it's Virginia and somebody else, I'm like, oh, that's why I'm watching this. And I love the way they mic up the coaches so you can hear the coaches. And then they got some of the umpires got mics on them. And I just love the format, man. That's really good.
It's a lot of fun. I don't like where they can't steal the lead off. It's just not traditional baseball rules. Right. But like James told me last night, he said, it's like watching Dixie Minor.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, but man, those kids make it so fun to watch. They just wear their emotions. You see one of them mess up a little bit, and you can just see the tears starting to just boil up in their eyes. It just crushes them, man. And then if somebody makes a big time play or something, it's like they won the Super Bowl. I mean, they just. Well, I mean, the emotions are just either great or bad, and they ain't no in the middle. I mean, the kids just wear their emotions. Well, and then I love it when the pitchers, they don't get a strike call. They get mad. They get mad, you know, because they're so young, you know.
Well, I saw on our Facebook memory that biggin. Memory.
Oh, yeah. What was his name? He said, my name's Mike, and I hit dingers.
Yeah, that's right. That guy was.
Oh, yeah, that was fun, man.
He was big, man.
That was fun. And hey, this morning after church, I come in. And they've got a girl pitching. And I thought, now that is cool. There she is. A girl pitching in the Little League World Series. They said it was the second time that a girl had pitched in the Little League World Series. It's one thing to pitch in the Little League, but just for the team that had a girl on it to make it to the Little League World Series that's phenomenal. But hey, she was pitching, brother. She struck him out. I mean, she was for real.
What about the other team saying, hey, don't get struck out by her?
You know it, man.
You're going to get ragged.
She was striking them out, man. She had ponytail about halfway down her back. I mean, she was a real little girl. And they have interviewed her parents in the stands, and it was neat. I was thinking, man, that's cool. Now, that's cool, because I coach girls softball. So, I mean, that's it. By the way, man, this heat, I got too hot cutting the grass yesterday. And I just had to go in, and I just flopped on the floor up under the ceiling fan like a sack of rocks. And man, I made me a smoothie, which was, it was chunks of, I did. I really, really got too hot. Then I had to turn around today and go to the softball field for Addison's travel ball team that I'm coaching. Man, I'm 48 years old. I'll be 49 in about 2 weeks. But I can't handle this heat like I used to, man.
Brutal, man.
I can't do it like I used to.
But hey, I was down on my back this past week. I had to go see Dr. Law. And
Arthritis.
Arthritis. 48 years old and got arthritis. How does that happen, man?
Man, did you see? Now look, well, there's one thing I know for sure. Time is undefeated, brother. Time is undefeated.
Yes.
You are not beaten Father Time. Look, I'm telling you. Did you see where Phil Mickelson's hotel caught on fire?
On fire. That's something about our luck right there.
The man is in the penthouse on the top floor, and he's at this tournament in Chicago now, playing in the golf tournament in Chicago at Medina, and the hotel catches on fire. The fire alarm goes off. They evacuate the hotel. He's in the parking lot at midnight or later, and the fire, everything burns out. He ain't got no golf clubs. He ain't got no clothes or nothing. I mean, I don't. He said he wasn't gonna be able to make his tee time. He didn't have no clothes or nothing. I mean, what kind of luck is that?
He just was his underwear. Can you imagine having some Fred Flintstone looking underwear like that happened to me?
I have never read where a professional golfer couldn't make his tee time because the hotel burned up.
No clubs and nothing, man.
He said, but he did make a joke on Twitter. Said it was the first time all week that his clubs have been on fire.
That's pretty good. Hey, speaking of golf, I got to give a shout out to one of our good buddies,
Go ahead.
Eric Lockler.
Out in Las Vegas.
Lives out in Las Vegas, been out there, and he's like general manager of TPC Summerlin, the big golf place out there, but he watches us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Eric, I know,
All right,
know
Eric.
you're watching. Eric's probably one of the best golfers around back in the day, man.
And he's been in the golf industry for several years.
Several years, man.
He's done a lot of work in the golf industry out in Las Vegas, and
But
I always wanted to work in the golf industry, so I'm kind of jealous.
Kind of jealous of
Yeah,
Eric.
yeah.
You know the one thing about Eric, I bet you don't know, he has won more free movie passes off WTV. Yeah,
He's the
than
king. He's the
anybody in the world,
Right.
man. He won every day. I'd be listening to the radio.
Eric
getting
Locklear.
ready. Eric Locklear wins. I don't think he ever had to pay
I've
for a
always
movie.
won. I didn't win it last September 3rd. I did not win the cake last September 3rd, but I can't tell you how many cakes I've won through the years. Not a lot of people got September 3rd birthdays. There'll only be 2 or 3 call in that morning, and I got a 33% shot to win.
I don't think I ever won.
You ain't ever won a birthday cake?
No, because there's a lot of folks.
Ralph Black never called your name.
I don't think he's ever called my name.
Well, I've won a many of them. You go and just pick one out.
I'm going to probably see Ralph this Friday night.
You gonna see
I'm gonna just
Ralph's in trouble. Wally's never won the cake
Never
from
won the
WTVF. Hey, man, I watched the SEC championship game last night on the SEC Rewind on the SEC
Yeah,
channel.
yeah.
Alabama and Georgia's playing. I caught it. It was coming on like at 7:30 or so. Watched the whole game, man. Went all the way up. It was the game where Tua gets his ankle tweaked and he ends up going out, and Hurts comes in and saves the day.
saves the day.
But Georgia was beating them just about the whole game.
No.
They weren't. That's what I was watching. Alabama was behind.
Behind,
Let's
there
put
you
it that way. But anyway, hey man, you remember last spring when the draft came around and they were drafting Jacobs, running back, and Damian Harris and all this kind of stuff. And Jacobs was being drafted way ahead of Damian Harris. And I predicted that Damian Harris would be a better NFL running back than Jacobs. Remember that?
I do.
Well, I watched that game last night, that SEC championship game. There's a reason that Nick Saban started Damian Harris. Man, that cat was good. I mean, he just wasn't flashy to catch your eye. That joker's got a knack for catching the hole and running down. And he's already putting on a show in the NFL at New England. And I'm telling you, I'm sticking by my prediction that Damian Harris is going to have a better NFL career than Josh Jacobs. I may be, anytime you step out and start making predictions, you can get your toes stepped on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because I enjoy making predictions. I really do. And I've had my toes stepped on, and I might get my toes stepped on here. But I'm predicting that Damian Harris has a more productive, more prolonged NFL career than Josh Jacobs. I really believe that.
Well, I like that.
And we'll watch it. We'll watch it. But anyway, I enjoyed watching the SEC championship game. It just got me more pumped up to get the season off and go.
Well, it's on this weekend, brother.
No, and I saw a thing on Facebook where, and I forwarded it on our Facebook page. It said, yesterday was the last Saturday of the year without college football. You won't have another Saturday until the year 2020 where it doesn't have college football. That's pretty neat.
That's pretty, yeah,
That's pretty neat.
cool.
That's pretty neat.
Cool.
Well, we got two guests lined up tonight. We got Mr. Pike County football himself, the one and only Johnny Bulldog, and he's going to tell us about the upcoming season for the Pike County Bulldogs. And also, I heard that he was looking.
For who? The supervisor guy?
Yeah.
Well, if the supervisor comes, I ain't standing up here.
Well, anyway, I'm just going to tell
getting
you.
embarrassed on our show with that idiot to come sit right here.
I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that was a rumor. That was a rumor. That he was looking for the supervisor.
I hope Coach Dunn ain't gonna be watching.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
He
But
was
look
mad
at
at
look on the screen. See there?
Oh my God! Please tell me he ain't coming.
But anyway, and also after we talk to Johnny Bulldog and get his thoughts on the Bulldog season with Coach Fred Holland, we got Coach Brad McCoy coming in from the Charles Henderson Trojans to tell us. He's going to tell us about next Friday night's game and also his outlook and his seniors and what he's looking forward to, and just two really good guests to talk about the game coming up this Friday night, and looking forward to that. And also we want to remind everybody about our Weber Smoky Joe grill giveaway.
Heck yeah.
Look at that grill up there. That's it right there. And it's called the Tailgater because it's the perfect tailgate size. And it's lightweight, and you can get your burgers on there at the tailgate. And the way that you can win this grill, and you cannot win it.
Why can't I win? I don't understand. Isn't that against my constitutional
You and
rights?
I are giving this away. You can't be one of the ones. I mean, that's like.
Well,
cheating.
I've won on the beat Wally contest.
But we weren't
won
giving away a grill.
Giving away a pizza.
That's different.
I'm gonna have to talk to the attorney
Anyway.
about that. Something.
Go to our Facebook page, and we'll forward the link again so that everybody can see it. All you got to do is pick the winner between Pike County and Charles Henderson. And you might think that's easy to pick the winner, but you also got to pick the total score between both teams. Are they going to score 28, 14-14? Or are they going to score 70, 34-33? I mean, you never know. So that's what makes it hard is picking the over, and looking forward to that. So, hey, get your picks in. It's free. You might win a grill. You never know. We need to pay the bills real quick.
Pay him real quick
Before we go
take
to
a commercial break.
before we go to a commercial break, we want to thank the Old Barn in Goshen. Well, I had it for lunch today
It's good.
with the whole family. Me and Michelle and both girls went down there, and they got like a meat and three special. Now you can get fried shrimp and stuff if you want to order it, but man, it's so good, man. And they got those white beans. You know, before the meal, you can eat the white beans before the meal. I just love it, man. Old Barn in Goshen. Turner Mowing with Blake Turner, 465-0500. And here, look at that. That's Blake's pretty hat right there. Alabama Real Estate Connection, the helicopter across the street from, behind the helicopter across the street from Burger King. Call Toby. And they're expanding. Did you see that?
I saw that.
They're adding on to their business, and they're real happy with the growth of the Alabama Real Estate Connection. And hey, he thanked me. He said, "I really thank you and Wally for what y'all do to promote my business. We're growing leaps and bounds, and we're hiring more real estate agents."
That's cool.
And so he really thanked us for that. Charles Henderson Athletic Foundation, Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Dr. Steve Barron, I got to take my two out there this week.
Dude,
Yep.
I got it.
I got to take my two out there this week. Crease Agency, all the insurance you'll ever need. Alabama Restoration. Hey, no mess is too big for Rand Anderson and Company. Alabama Restoration. Give them a call. Pig Cafe with Yanni. Had breakfast there one day this week. That was good. Deep South Apparel. Severa, Ralph Baker, Hastings, and Reeves. Crows of Brundage. Jones Medical Supply. The official oxygen of the Sports Chat with Neal and Wally. Talked to Jason. He said CPAP commercials is a must.
It's a must.
We
Yeah,
got to do a CPAP commercial. We got to get you in a CPAP
We'll do. We'll get it.
and without choking.
Okay.
Health Actions, UPS Store, Hooks Barbecue, Marco's Pizza, Troy Eye Care, Preston Steakhouse, Stone Cold Heating with Matt Johnson, Bill Jackson Ford, Mama Goldberg's, Road Mart, Globe, Birds Drugs, PS Falk Furniture, Troy Messenger, Southern Scents and Sensations, Simply Southern Kitchen with Tori Stone. And Tori thought she was going to have us something to sample tonight.
Yeah, we're
Well,
in.
I mean, a couple weeks in a row, we're up here starving. Come on, Tori. Matthews Law Firm, Wise Office Supply, K-Rose Fitness, next to Chick-fil-A, Raymond's Barbershop, Green Hills Funeral Home, Flo's just off the square, best burger in town, Napa, Trojan, Auto Parts. We really appreciate all our sponsors. Please patronize them, as Wally and I try to, as much as possible. But we appreciate everybody looking after our sponsors for us. We'll take our first break of the night. We'll be right back. Man, what's that noise? What are you doing with that air conditioner heating unit?
Neal, my air conditioner went out last night, and I'll tell you what, I watch YouTube, and I know how to do all this stuff now.
You heard, Wally, this could be really dangerous, man. You need to call Matt Johnson with Stone Cold Heating and Cooling, 268-0917. Licensed, insured, and bonded. You need to call Matt Johnson, Wally.
Hey, Neal, what does this red thing do?
Don't pull on the red wire. That could be dangerous, man. What'd you do? Don't pull on that red wire. Good gravy. Now you've done it. Call Matt Johnson with Stone Cold Heating and Cooling. Blake, where's your dad?
Let me come outside, the house flooded.
The house flooded. Are you kidding me? What in the world? What in the world, Wally?
Man, 3 pipes busted, my house all flooded, Neal.
You have got to be kidding, man. Why didn't you call Rand Anderson at Alabama Restoration, 371-5591? You wouldn't be wearing goggles and snorkels and slinging water out the front door? Unbelievable. Alabama Restoration, no disaster is too big. 371-5591. Give them a call today. Man, what are you doing with that pine straw down here in my Jap maple orchard?
Oh, Neal, man, I'm going to have your Japanese maple orchard look like Augusta International, baby.
Man, if you want your yard to look like Augusta International, you need to call Blake Turner with Turner Mowing, 465-0600. The grass is starting to get green. Everything's starting to bud. My Jap maples are all blooming. Call Blake Turner with Turner Mowing, 465-0600. Oh, my God. Wally, what are you doing at Road Mart on 231 in Troy, man? What are you doing at time?
Oh, Neal, I'm going to put some 25s on this bad boy.
Oh, Lord, 25?
Yeah.
They even make 25? Hey, they can do specialty rims at Road Mart here in Troy, Alabama. Hey, they also do brake work and change your oil, anything under the hood here at Road Mart on 231. And they can even get Wally some 25s for his rental. 566-3413, Road Mart on 231.
Neal!
Yeah, man, what have you done?
Man, I done messed up.
The wind got caught in that umbrella.
Man, I can't. Oh, no, here's your
Hey man, you again? You already crashed my kayak yesterday and got an insurance claim about drowning in the surf earlier. Now what happened?
I don't know, man. What, are you injured?
Yeah, I might have to call Jason Jones. What's that number?
You gonna need a splint?
A splint and some oxygen.
Call Jason Jones at Jones Medical. He's going to need a splint for this injury on the beach. 566-1002. Medical injury at the beach. Can you believe it? Good.
Van Halen, man.
That's Jackson Brown. Come on, Wally.
Van Halen, bro.
What was the last movie that song was in? Forrest Gump. You got it, man. All right, turn it off before we get sued.
Where he was running in
You can't
Forrest
play it.
Gump,
You got to
yeah.
play it less than 30 seconds, or they'll sue.
Yeah, they'll write you up, man.
Yep. Everybody, welcome Johnny Doster, better known as Bulldog
Bulldog
Johnny.
Johnny. Right.
Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
What's up,
Glad
brother?
you're coming on.
All right, thank you.
Nobody loves Pike County Bulldog football more than Bulldog Johnny, and we're glad to have him on tonight. And we're going to get his thoughts and on the season. We're going to get his thoughts on the Charles Henderson Pike County game, and we're going to get his thoughts on Fred Holland and crew. But right out of the gate, you've been saving your pick for Pike County Charles Henderson to win the grill. You have not posted it to Facebook. You wanted to do it live on the show, and you're going to give us the total here tonight. Now, your dad's already told us that Pike County was going to win.
Yeah.
Are you going with him?
He's
Give it
got
to us. Give it to us.
My father's got it, Pike County 24-16 with 40 total points, but I've been doing my research lately, and I've been thinking, I said, well, there's a few things if you look at it the way this game plays out. One is that Pike County hasn't beat Charles Henderson since 2009.
So it's due.
So it's due time for them to win.
Yeah. Everything comes back to the norm, Johnny.
Yep. Because all streaks are made to be broken eventually, and we've got about 5 players returning on offense and defense.
Okay.
Now
Now, those guys play both ways, though, right?
yeah, a lot of them do. And our all-state running back, Rayshawn Reynolds, is coming back. I think he's going to be
Gosh,
starting.
he's good.
I think he's going to
Look at
be
that.
starting quarterback.
Is he?
I know.
So there's gonna be a lot of quarterback runs.
Could be could like a lot of quarterback draws up the middle.
That's gonna
Like
run
that Tebow style
I got
football
you.
go up the middle.
that read option.
Read option.
Well, what
yeah.
about-
That's gonna run the clock now.
Yeah, now what about the kicking team now? If y'all get close, about 15, 20 yards out, do y'all have a good
We
field goal
haven't
kicker?
in years past we haven't never had a field goal kicker that was any good, but since they've got a soccer program now, they might have a good field goal kicker. You never know, but
And now they're adding a swimming program.
I read about that on Facebook. They're adding a swimming program for Pike County, so having some more state athletes would be a good thing.
I got you.
Now, there's a lot of people that's gonna hate me for this pick, but
Oh no!
but,
Is your dad gonna hate you?
he can't hate me because he's my father, and,
got you.
and
All
I
right.
have to live with him. But
All right. Well, let everybody know now.
If it was-
Everybody in Brundage is watching.
if it was Coach Grant coaching,
Yeah.
I'd pick Pike County in a
Right.
flat heartbeat. But
Fred
I'm
Allen
gonna-
does a good job.
he does a good job. But I think it's going to be Charles Henderson, 35-21, 56 points.
Oh, they put Fred on the screen
Right when you did that.
Right when you did that, they showed a picture of Fred Holland.
35-21.
Yeah,
35-21. So we're looking at 55 points.
55 points.
55 points. Now you got to post that to the website tonight, down to Facebook, so everybody knows Bulldog Johnny's pick.
Yep.
Now, tell us about Mr. Reynolds and who's going to be besides Reynolds, who's going to be the star this year? Who's going to
I
carry
think
the load?
Reynolds is going to carry the load. Him and then the two Myhan twins is going to carry the load, and then
Now, the Myhan guy that transferred from Charles Henderson 2 years ago, did he graduate? Or is he still there?
all three
Bennett.
Myhan boys are still there.
Okay, so he must be a senior this year.
He's a senior.
He's
He's
a senior this year.
he was a junior
Hey.
last year. He's a senior this year.
That cat can play defense.
And I'm going to tell y'all a little secret too
All right, come
that
on.
I saw at the
Come on.
spring game. Pike County's got a guy that's
Y'all played
in,
Ayrton, right?
in the spring game. They got a guy that's in ninth grade. Wears number 66, named Zach Arnold. This cat is 6'6" tall, and he's gonna be Andres Bernie's man on this side when they play basketball. And,
They got some
and
height.
Neal will tell you that he's gonna be another stud like Andres Bernie. I don't think nobody's gonna have a chance of scoring down low on him.
They better start shooting the threes against Pike County.
They
Now,
better.
when y'all played Ayrton this past weekend?
No,
back
spring,
in
spring,
back
okay.
in March, yeah.
Yeah, and they beat Ayrton. Of course, Ayrton, Wally, they lost a lot.
They lost all
of
them
players.
players, yeah.
They
big time
They
loss.
made a deep run in the playoffs last year, and then graduated about 17, I think. But
I think we've got 6 or 7 this year senior wise that
Okay.
they're gonna have. We're gonna have.
well, tell us about the region. What about Abbeville? They graduated their studs too.
They graduated a lot of theirs. They're in that region with Ayrton.
Okay.
They're in 2A region, but I think the two twins, the Kinsey twins, they graduated.
Okay, well, so you think Pike County, once they get the Charles Henderson game out of the way, they can make a run like they did last year?
I think so, just like that. Well, there's 2 games that really intrigue me on this year's schedule, and one is the Pike County Providence Christian game, because last year Providence Christian came to Pike County as averaging over 40-something points a game, and their running back, Wise Gordon, was averaging over 300 yards a game.
Yep.
And right at the half, they were fixing to go up by a 21-0 score, and we stopped them on 4 straight plays for a goal line stand. And our big guy that we had last year, Sanquez Flournoy, number 78, he's the one that hit. He dove. He made a dive like Barry Krause did and hit Wise Gordon and took him out of the game.
Yep.
And after that, 25 unanswered points in the second half later, and they
Pike
ended up
County pulled it
beating,
up.
beating them.
I remember seeing that halftime score or whatever, and I was thinking, oh boy. But then I saw where Pike County come back. What about the rest of the schedule, Bulldog Johnny? Can they run the table? Who else is in their way?
I think they can run the table, but I think for them to have a complete, perfect season, they got that last game of the season with Sweetwater, and that's really gonna be the one I really want to see. Cause last year they went over to Sweetwater and got beat 40-41-6. So
Oh boy, Sweetwater's
I know
known to have a
years
football
ago
program.
when we was winning state championships, they wanted to so-called play us. Years ago, I said that would be the price of admission to see that from years ago when they played.
You don't reckon that supervisor's going to show up here tonight, do you?
I don't know if he will or not. I mean, he could.
I hope not.
I mean,
Don't you got a little beef with him?
Yeah, it started down at the Continental Wrestling thing. I got a little beef with the supervisor. Yeah.
I remember.
unbelievable. Well, let me ask one thing else, Johnny. Brundage, the last couple years, like I said, Charles Simpson's got the best of them in the Jamboree games.
Yeah.
But it never fails. Fred Holland takes those kids, and, man, they go like an 8-0 run every year. And so you see
like
that
last
again.
year, last year they lost the first game, then they won the first game. No, they lost the first game to Alabama Christian, then won the rest till they got Sweetwater, and it was like a storybook. They lost the first game, and then lost the last game.
That's right. You're right. I remember that.
But most of the time they do that where they win like 7 or 8 in a row at one time.
They known to get on the roll.
It's hard to win there in Bulldog Stadium.
And they done a article. WTVY, I was watching this on Facebook the other day. They had one of their reporters with the Wiregrass on the Wiregrass teams. They said in the past 6 years, Pike County has only lost 6 games at home in the past 6 years.
I believe it. It's hard to win.
It's
very hard to win down there.
Yeah.
Used to, we hardly ever lost a game down there when Coach Grant was coaching down there.
Now if they only lost 6 games down there, that's not counting the Charles Simpson games because those are jamborees.
Those are counting regular season and playoff because they lost that playoff game last year to Flomaton 12-10.
And that's when the rain was so bad, the mud. Wasn't it?
No, that was the opening game when that happened.
Oakland, that's right.
When it was a monsoon.
Yes.
But the first field goal we ever kicked was in the game against Flomaton, and that's how we got the 10 points that we did against them.
Gotcha.
The defending champs. Pike County's coming in ranked number 5 in the 3A poll this year.
A good buddy of mine just texted me. He heard the Pike County quarterback broke his arm. Have you heard anything about that?
I hadn't been down to practice lately because it's been so hot, but he didn't say which one. Didn't say if it was.
He didn't say which one. He said he heard that.
Well, I know according to Coach Holland on the coaches thing that they had the other day on Channel 2, they've got 2 quarterbacks. One is Rayshawn Reynolds, and the other one is a junior, some guy named by the last name of Hobby, but
yeah,
I don't know which one it was. But if it's Reynolds, it's really going to be a detrimental to the Pike. They'll have to lean on somebody else.
I got you. Well, Bulldog, we're up against a break. We're going to take a commercial break. You going to be able to hang around with us for a minute?
I will.
All right. Bulldog Johnny getting fired up for the Charles Henderson Pike County game coming up before you know it this next Friday night. We'll be right back.
What are you doing in the surgery room at Southern Animal Hospital Pet Resort?
I'm about to circumcise this dog.
Man, don't circumcise that dog. Let Dr. Steve Barron help you with the spade and neuter process. Give him a call. Southern Animal Pet Hospital Resort, 770-1838. You got to be a medical professional and board certified to perform these kind of dog procedures on surgery. Give him a call. Southern Animal Pet Hospital Resort. Hey.
Mr. Neal, is this the crazy guy that does the sports show with you?
Yes, it is. Wally, what are you doing up here at Globe? How long has he been up here?
He's been up here for like an hour, and he hasn't moved, and he's scaring all the customers.
Wally, I know you said you were going to Globe to get Holly a birthday present, but you're taking this a little bit to extremes, don't you think? Acting like a mannequin? We're going to have to call the law. Come to Globe for all your needs up on the square. Globe Boutique. Good morning, everybody. This is Neal from Sports Chat with Neal and Wally. It's time for my morning biscuit. I want you to look how big that biscuit is. I'm going to put this butter on that biscuit. Came from the Pig Cafe out on North 3 Notch. Go see Yanni. Get you a real biscuit. Hey, Wally. Hey. What you got there?
Where'd you get that biscuit at?
This is Pig Cafe on North 3 Notch. Where'd you get that?
Oh, man, 231, one of those big box chain stores out there.
Man,
They even got a paper straw.
Man, look at the size of that little thing. Look at
Good
it.
gracious.
I'm about to put butter on this. Is 3 times the size of
I
that.
should have gone see Yanni.
Go to the Pig Cafe on North 3 Notch or call them for catering, 334-770-0134. Get a real biscuit.
Don't want a wimpy biscuit.
Wally, what are you doing in that Mustang GT 350 out here at Pike County Ford?
Man, I'm about to buy this sweet ride and hit 231 and put my fuzz buster on there, bro.
And you're going to need a fuzz buster in that thing. Is that a 5-speed manual shift?
Yeah, it is. 5-speed like a race car, man.
Sweet ride. Look at the clutch, everything, man. Hey, up to $5,000 more than Kelly Blue Book value on your trade-in. Come see them at Pike County Ford. They're dealing.
Neal. How are you today?
I'm good. I want some of these chicken nuggets. Well, I want them down here at Crows and Brundage. Wally, what are you doing in the kitchen at Crows and Brundage?
Oh man, I'm trying to steal the secret sauce recipe.
Man, they're not going to give you the secret sauce recipe. Put that sauce back. Patsy, now he's got the sauce. Unbelievable. Come see them at Crows and Brundage. Hey, they got fried okra, catfish on Friday nights, wings, honey barbecue wings, any kind of wings, and the best chicken nuggets in the world. Come see them. Crows and Brundage. I didn't have nothing to do with it.
What is this junk you playing here, man? That's the
Hey, it's to the bone.
This is the supervisor.
Oh, you didn't like Bullet Bob?
No, I didn't like him at all.
You didn't like Bullet Bob?
No, did not
He was
like him.
classic, man. Come on, come on, Supervisor.
I got some grievances with you guys right
What's that?
now.
I'm glad you're here, but then I'm not glad you're here. I'm kind of shaky,
Well,
man.
here's the deal.
Johnny, what you think,
I'm
man?
down in Dothan, and this dude right here takes my belt from me.
Yeah.
And
He says that was his. He's
no,
got autographs
this-
on it.
No, this is the supervisor's belt.
Oh, it is.
But I got grievances. I got grievances with you
What I do?
right now. I mean, you talk bad about me.
Even with Dennis Gale for not letting you wrestle.
Dennis
down there,
Gale
too.
wouldn't let me wrestle. I don't like Judson Edwards.
Uh-oh.
Judson's done me wrong.
Oh,
Chuck
Lord.
Dunn. Don't like him either. Down there.
Golly,
I don't
man.
like you either.
He's a
Bulldog.
good defensive coordinator down there.
Yeah, but I don't like him.
You don't like him
I don't
either?
like all of them. Actually, I don't even like
You fired
this show.
anybody lately?
I've got my clipboard out.
God.
David Doty, he's next.
He's next.
I don't
That's
like him.
my
either.
producer, man. You
As,
can't fire my producer.
As a famous wrestler used to say, as Goldberg would say, David, you're next.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the plan? What are you doing here, man? What's the plan?
Well, I heard this knucklehead was going to be here on the show. You put it
Oh,
on
yeah.
Facebook, so
Yeah.
I just wanted to come tell him if you don't steal my belt no more. And I got things I got to do right now, so I'm going to have to leave. I see another coach is coming.
That's right.
So,
That's right. Coach McCoy's here.
Yeah. So, but I'm just tired of all the harassment from everybody
Hey.
on this show.
Take it easy. Look at there. He's got a picture of you.
Yeah, I know. That's when it was good. I was dressed up, had to wear my Make America Fish Again shirt.
You look like one of them, like especially like Erwin R. Shyster in that thing with except all you need now is a briefcase.
Well, we need to go to commercial break. This is getting out of hand. I don't
But
know.
I want to say before y'all go to commercial break, since I've got this beef with the supervisor, next year at the CCW reunion, call Dennis Gale and get him to make it official. I'm challenging
Oh,
the
Lord.
supervisor to a no-holds-barred match for the title.
I hope
Down
you
at
got
the
into it.
CCW in Houston County. We're going to make it happen. We'll be right back.
What's going on, Monopoly man?
Oh man, Neal,
You got money going everywhere.
I have bought up every bit of Troy, Alabama, but I'm missing a few spots right down here. Who can I call?
Man, you need to call Toby and Dina Adams at the Alabama Real Estate Connection. They'll let you finish buying all of Troy and Pike County. They're the best agents in town. They will work the hardest to get you the best deal. Give them a call, 566-4765. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Hey, they're dealing at the Alabama Real Estate Connection.
Well, hey there, Mr. Wally. How you doing?
Doing well.
Good. How'd you get in here?
I better not tell you.
Uh-oh.
They don't even open till 4.
Well, I'm waiting to hear Mr. Lenny Traver play, and I'm going to give me one of these bad boy steaks that they won an award for.
Best steak in the state. Also, best catfish awards a couple years in a row. Hey, my personal favorite is the fried shrimp and the cheese grits. Also, not mentioning the cheese biscuits that come out before the meal. You're going to love that.
I know.
And a little live music, like you said, Mr. Lenny Traver, you can't beat it down at the old barn in Goshen, Alabama. Come see them.
Come see us.
Man, what in the world? You just dang T-bone me right here. What the heck? Playing with fidget? Well, did you have a wreck?
Mr. Wally.
Man, this girl right here playing with this fidget spinner, texting on the phone and T-bone me right here in the parking lot. I was about to go pay my speeding ticket.
Right here at the police station?
Yeah.
Well, luckily at the police station, we can just call All-Star Collision 808-8822. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm sorry. Can I have the fidget spinner back?
Yeah, you can have
Please,
it.
Mr. Wally.
All
Thank
she's
you.
worried about is a fidget spinner. Call All-Star Collision for all your accidents. 808-8822.
You gained donuts? Roughing the kicker. Roughing the kicker.
What kind of call is that? You can't see nothing.
Yeah, I
you can't
can.
throw a football flag in a basketball game.
Yeah, I can.
You need to go get your eyes checked, like for real check.
Where at?
Troy Eye Care, 566-7172. Troy Eye Care on Highway 87. Don't be calling basketball unless you get your eyes checked.
Oh, Wally, what are you doing back here?
I'm steaming the sandwich.
That thing's hot now.
I can tell.
They serve hot, steam sub sandwiches here at Mama Goldberg's in Troy, Alabama. And you will burn yourself on that steam. Hey, they got Rice Krispie treats, double doozy chocolate chip cookies, regular chocolate chip cookies, cakes in a cup, chili, potato soup, you name it. Great atmosphere. They have bands on Thursday nights. Come see them at Mama Goldberg's for a hot steam sandwich, Wally.
I can tell you.
Troy, Alabama.
Welcome back to Sports Chat with Neal and Wally. We want to welcome the head coach of the Charles Henderson Trojans, Coach Brad McCoy.
Thank you
for
for
coming
having
on,
me,
Coach.
Good seeing you, buddy.
And Coach McCoy, we were just talking during the commercial how time flies, and you're about to start your 6th season as the Charles Henderson Trojan head coach, and I'm like you, just time just flies.
Yeah,
man.
blink of an eye. I've enjoyed every minute of it, and 6 years. It's amazing that I've almost been here as long as I was at Prattville, and 1 year longer than I was at Delville. But I've enjoyed it. Our team and teams have gotten better. We've become more consistent. Kids have really gotten into the program, and it's been a good 6 years.
We've enjoyed watching, Coach, and we've broadcast a bunch of the games, and we enjoy it. We appreciate the way you conduct yourself and the program, and it just means a lot. Coach, let's talk about fall camp. You wrapped up your summer workouts, you got them in the pads and got them going and trying to get an offensive install, a defensive install, and just give us a wrap-up of how fall camp has been looking into the Jamboree with Pike County.
Yeah, absolutely. We wrapped up fall camp with Meet the Trojans, as we always do, on Thursday night in the stadium, and great event that involves a lot of kids. Our middle school program, our high school program, and our band, our cheerleaders, and that's a great way to wrap up camp. But going back to when camp started 2 weeks ago, other than just a couple of injuries here and there and dealing with the heat, we've had a great camp. We've had a great off season going back to January, spring training, and then summer workouts and conditioning. I don't know if I can remember a better 6 to 8 months than what we've had.
That's awesome.
At Charles Henderson.
That's awesome. Well, so you got a successful install. Have you officially named a starting quarterback? Is Puka going to be the starter?
We feel that way.
Yeah.
Going into this week, there would have to be a lot change
Right.
for Puka not to start this Friday night against Pike County. We do have a.
Well, it is a jamboree, so he might be a practice start.
Well, and the thing is, and Cameron Foley, our backup, will certainly get a lot of reps. He's gotten reps in the spring game against Callaway. He got reps in the previous 2 scrimmages last Saturday and Thursday night, and he's going to get plenty of reps Friday night.
Coach, I'm going to tell you, Wally and I were discussing. We can sit here and talk offense and talk quarterbacks and talk about all this kind of stuff, but Callaway game and the Meet the Trojans game, the defense is just stifling.
Yeah,
they really get after it, Coach.
Yeah, we rolled back in Friday morning, and the offense was frustrated.
Rightfully so.
Well, we had a good scrimmage last Saturday, which was our first scrimmage on the new practice field that we've been really excited about having there on the campus. And then we have success on that Saturday. Roll back in 6 days later, and don't have the same success. Defense made several adjustments. I don't know if we were as sharp as what we were a week ago, and I told Puka and the rest of the offense, it's not always going to be easy. It's not going to always happen the way you want it to, and you got to learn to adjust and wake up the next day and make the corrections.
Right. But I mean, really, just I've seen a lot of high school football through the years, and the way those defensive linemen shed blocks and move laterally is impressive, Coach.
Well, those 4 guys that are starting right now, which there's one senior in the bunch. We got one junior that's hurt, but really last year we had 4 sophomores, starting every game. And that's as good of a bunch or group as I've ever been around collectively. And the one senior, Terry Wright, is really going to do some great things, but when you look at Darius Northcutt, Caleb Geis, Brandon London, Jalen Woods, they are. They've got good size.
Jones.
Well, then when you start looking at the back end, the first play from scrimmage, he picks a out route from 12 yards off the hash, and Puka throws a good ball, and he throws with great velocity, and Tyrell picked it off 12 yards away.
Big 6,
It was. Well, if he hadn't ran out of bounds, luckily the receiver pushed him out of bounds, but he should have been. And that's no way you want to start on offense. But like I told them, that's one of the best in the state. He is.
Tyrell.
He's going to play some running back. He's going to play some DB. He's going to be a punt returner.
Talk about Carter for a minute at running back. He was young last year, and he at times looked young when he was choosing his holes. A lot of times you would see the hole develop, and the hole will be developing on the 5-hole, and he might bust it out towards the side. But is he grown in? Because he looked the part.
Yeah.
He looked like a running back. Talk to us about his maturity.
The disadvantage that Jonathan Carter had going into last year was in the spring of last year, defensive back. Summer, defensive back. We didn't have. I mean, we had to switch gears at running back during the summer. And
you're going to play running back.
Yeah, and hey, Jonathan. By the way, and we knew that.
Well, that makes sense. Then.
Well, we knew the kid could play anywhere, wherever we put him, and and that's why he looked inexperienced. He looked young because he was, even though he was a junior.
Yeah.
He just was young at running back.
Right.
And now a spring, a summer, a fall camp. Other than him battling a little bit of a quad injury, I think he's going to have a much better senior year this year than what he had last year as a junior.
I can't tell you, this is a little inside joke, I can't tell you how many times last year Wally and I commentating the games that I almost said Kajana Carter. You remember Kajana Carter played at Penn State?
Penn State, I do remember him. Absolutely.
I was Jonathan Carter.
But you're not going
to
find a better young man, humble, great person. I mean, he runs track, he plays football. Just when you speak to him, if he don't have a smile on his face, something's wrong. And I'm talking about he just greets you. He's just a pleasure to coach. Yeah. Greets you with the right attitude every day. And he's awesome to have in your program.
I got you.
Well, Coach, what about our area? Who's going to be strong this year? Will Carroll be back at Contenders? I know they've lost a lot. My buddy that's in Tallahassee, he says that they're not real strong this year. So is it going to be probably like Beauregard and us and Greenville? I mean, what are you seeing?
Well, I talked to Roger McDonald back in the spring, and he had let me in on that he had finally found a quarterback that he didn't have last year.
Well, they only threw it like 3 times a game.
And he's and people laugh when I mention that, and it rightfully so, because they're going to line up in too tight. Our backfield and going to run the power and the lead right at you. Similar to Pike County.
Here we
come. They're going to run it right at you. But when that kind of offense has an athletic quarterback on top of it, now you run your nakeds and your boots and all the different things, and now you can be a runner or a thrower. Beauregard's going to be strong as always. Valley, I don't really know exactly. They got probably the most talented running back in the whole region.
Gosh, that's a long trip.
Only as a freshman. He's going to be a sophomore. Tallahassee was an overtime win. Had to go down to the wire, and of course Greenville, like always. Semifinal team last year.
It's kind of the SEC East of South Alabama football.
I tell you, it's tough. And Greenville's always going to line up.
Yeah.
With 4 great skill guys, a great quarterback, a fast running back, and a defense that can really run and tackle.
Right. So. That's exactly right. Do we play Bullitt County this year?
We don't.
Okay.
We have them scheduled for a JV game, not a varsity game.
I got you. Well, what about the special teams, Coach? How's our kicking game looking? How's our punting and our place kicking?
Well, we've got a young man by the name of Landon Holly that has just to kind of show you our luck right now, but he went through and has been going to kicking training all summer in Birmingham with a guy named Mike McCabe that runs one-on-one kicking, left-footed place kicker. And he came back to fall camp, and he's got a hurt lower back. So he's battling that right now. Caleb Geis, which is one of our D linemen, he's going to handle PATs, kickoffs.
Big leg.
Thunder leg, as we call it. And, he's going to handle the place kicking. Bradley Caldwell and a guy by the name of J.D. Finger is probably going to handle the punting. That kind of job is still up for grabs.
Gotcha.
But hopefully we get Landon back. Hayden Bush, which we all know Dave Bush's young son is a freshman. He's a young up-and-coming place kicker, but not quite ready yet.
I got you.
But he's going to find himself in a position to make some kicks. But, we've put a lot of emphasis on improving our kicking game, not only the players, but the coaching side of it. And I think it's going to be much improved over last season. So.
Well, Coach, Wally and I both, and Mr. Mike Amos is going to help us 2 or 3 times this year, and I'm glad to have him. But we're really looking forward to another great Trojan year and deep run in the playoffs and getting another year going. We're just excited. The high school football right around the corner.
I know it's here. It's here for everybody.
Right there, and we'll be on the microphones and showing the replay right here on Troy Cable, Channel 2. And just looking forward to it. We really appreciate your time. Anything else you want to?
Well, I really want to say how much I appreciate y'all for covering us and putting us in the spotlight. As you do all the area teams, and it means a lot to us and our kids. They get a lot out of it. they want to be put out there, and we really appreciate that.
They want
Thank you.
They want those pizzas.
They want the pizzas. Oh yeah.
I can't tell
That's
you.
all they talk about is the pizza.
Go get the pizza, Coach.
That's right.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good,
Appreciate it.
best of
Thanks,
luck
Coach.
this year, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Coach Brad McCoy of the Charles Henderson Trojans here. We're going to take another break. We'll be right back. Hang on, folks. What you got, man?
Man,
What's wrong with this thing?
I done wrecked my kayak, man.
What'd you do? Run into a weather buoy out there?
Yeah, I ran into one of those
Out in the
weather
Gulf?
dudes. Yeah, I sure did, man.
Unbelievable. Now, what are we going to do? What are we going to do about all this?
I don't know, man.
Cracked up.
I got to go
Hey,
see
man,
that
you have
lady.
any insurance?
Ma'am?
Insurance?
I don't have any
He
insurance.
should have went to Crease Insurance Agency out on 231 and got him some insurance. Now he's got to pay cash money for this kayak, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sure does.
Listen to the beach worker right here. He's got to pay cash for his kayaks. Visit Mike Crease, the Crease Agency, the only insurance agent you'll ever need. Wally, where you been, man?
Neal, I've been across the street
Good
over
Lord,
there.
what are you going to do with all that?
I traveled across the street over there. The line was out the door, man. And I saw the UPS store, so I thought I'd come in here and see if I
I'm
can
glad
get
you
the
came to the UPS store.
Where's the UPS store? Let me help you with that.
Good, look at this, man. Can you help him mail all this?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Good deal.
Hey,
Hey,
everything for you.
Grade A customer service at the UPS store. Give them a call today, 566-9470. Don't go across the street. Go to the UPS store for all your copying, printing, and shipping needs.
Hey, Neal, man, I need some help, man. I watched Point Break last night. Well, Patrick Swayze.
What happened? Here comes the lifeguard.
Same guys yesterday. You already wrecked my kayak and got an insurance.
Are you okay?
Man, I think I
Pulled your leg
pulled
muscle?
my leg muscle.
You're going to have to go to Health Action to get that worked out with physical therapy. Give them a call, 670-5435. Health Action's in front of Hook's Barbecue. Man, I hope you're okay.
I hope so. Hey, Neal, what's going on, brother?
What are you doing with that wood?
Oh, man, my neighbor's out of town, so I'm going to fire me up a barbecue pit
Wait, I don't think this is a barbecue pit.
Yeah, it is a barbecue pit. I'm hungry, man, so I'm going to make some barbecue.
Haven't I told you, call Hook's Barbecue, 808-8008 for all your barbecue needs. Go through the drive-thru, get you some ribs, get you some barbecue. What are you doing at James Sparrow's house? This is not a barbecue.
I think it's a barbecue grill.
That is not a barbecue grill. All your catering needs when your family comes home, 808-8008, Hook's Barbecue. They'll handle all your barbecue needs. Wally, what you got there?
Hey, man, I'm fishing for sharks, dude.
A game pole and wigglers?
Oh, heck yeah, man. We're deep south of Sparrow. You look good, you feel good, you can fish good.
Well, I got on these. What you got?
I got a big shark. Could be Charles's cousin.
With a game pole. Call Pete Van Horn, Deep South Apparel. Look for him on Facebook. Deep South Apparel. You might catch your shark. Wait a minute. You break it? It broke. The shark broke the hook. We're going to get him next time. Sunflower seed. Drinking lots of carrot juice and soaking up the days. You gonna go to his retirement community? You know, he opened up a retirement community.
Retirement community.
I mean,
That man's got casinos, bars.
food, restaurants.
Man,
He's opened up a retirement community.
he's an author, a musician.
I know. I don't want to go. We need to find out. We need to take a tour. Is that where we're gonna retire? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's time to
Do a Facebook funny.
time for the Facebook funny. David throws Facebook. Here we go. Another great actor who wasted his life on alcohol and drugs.
That's pretty good.
That's R2D2.
It looks
My
like
garbage can looks just like it. I will find you. And what? My apologies. I've dialed the wrong number.
I can't stand Chuck Norris.
What? No, it's funny though. Even if you don't like Chuck, it's funny. It's funny. We got to do our SEC picks, and
down to the
we are
last two.
down to the last two: Auburn and Alabama. You want to keep the same schedule? I go first.
You go first.
All right, here we go.
Go ahead.
We'll go. I'll go Auburn, and then we'll do Alabama since
Okay.
they're probably going to be preseason ranked number 1 or 2.
Okay.
Auburn, I got them beating Oregon right out of the gate.
Ooh.
By the way, I got Auburn going 8-4. I got Auburn going 8-4. So they're a lackluster year, and Gus is probably gone. Another 8-4 year will get him out the door. I hate to say that, but hey, it's what I predicted. Again, I might get my toes stepped on predicting things. But that's what I got. I got Auburn beating Tulane, beating Kent State. I got Auburn losing in College Station to Texas A&M. I got them beating Mississippi State at home. I got them losing to Florida in Gainesville. I got them beating Arkansas. I got them losing to LSU in Baton Rouge. I got them beating Ole Miss at home. I got them losing to Georgia in Auburn, and that's 4 losses. I got them beating Samford, and they've already got their 4 losses. So guess what? With absolutely nothing to play for except for big-time spoiler role, nobody's nervous, nobody's jittery. They lost their 4 games. What do they got to lose? They upset Alabama just because of the way the scenario sets up. 8-4 Auburn Tigers.
Unbelievable. Well, I got 8-4 too, but
All
it's
right.
not the
They're
same
playing that in
scenario.
Auburn now. They're
Oh,
playing
I
that.
know.
Okay, go ahead.
It's not the same scenario you have, but I tell you what, Neil, I got them losing right off the bat.
Ooh, come on with it.
Hey, Oregon, they're going to probably win the pack out there. You know,
They will, Pac-12. Yep.
They're going to probably win. They got a lot of good returning players. I just don't see
Quarterback's
Auburn.
supposed to be coming back, supposed to be really good.
They're playing on a neutral site over there in Jerry World. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
But I got them beating Tulane. I got them beating Kent State, and then I got them losing Texas A&M at College Station.
I do too.
But I have them beating Mississippi State at home.
I do.
And I have them beating Florida.
You don't like Florida this year? You got everybody beating Florida.
I just don't like it.
Okay.
And I have them beating Arkansas, but I have them losing to LSU.
I do too.
And I have them beating Ole Miss. And I have them beating Georgia. And I know
Jake Fromm is going to have the career year, man.
Man, it's just
Okay, go ahead.
And of course,
Auburn beats Georgia.
And I got Auburn beating Samford, and then I got them losing to Alabama. I just don't see them.
I got you. So what's the
Alabama.
record you got?
I got 8-4.
8-4 as well, with just different losses.
Yes.
Is Gus there with 8-4?
I'm kind of leaning your way. I think they will probably.
I think they've had enough of the 8-4.
Had enough.
Alabama, I got the Tide going 11-1, and I've already given up my one. I said Auburn beats them last game of the year because Auburn ain't gonna have nothing to play for and nothing to lose. They're gonna let it all hang out, just like last year when they went to that bowl and beat Purdue so bad. They didn't have nothing to play for, nothing to lose. They just killed Purdue. Anyway, Alabama beats Duke. They beat New Mexico State. They beat South Carolina. They beat Southern Miss. They beat Ole Miss. They beat Texas A&M. They beat Tennessee. They beat Arkansas. They beat LSU. LSU's in Tuscaloosa this year. They beat Mississippi State. They beat Western Carolina. Western Carolina?
Yeah.
And then they lose to Auburn because they're looking past Auburn to Georgia for the SEC championship because Auburn's lost 4 games, and they're supposed to kill Auburn because Auburn's lost 4 games. So we don't have to get ready for Auburn. Probably already practicing for Georgia. And whoops, they go to Jordan Hare and lose to Auburn.
Unbelievable. All right,
11-1, Bama.
Well, I got Bama 12-0.
12-0.
But I'm going to give you.
Well, they ain't used to call them out.
Well, I'm just going to tell you 2 trap games I'm really worried about.
Okay, go ahead.
That I had question marks by.
All right.
3rd game of the season, brother, in Columbia.
Columbia, South Carolina.
That's going to be a real doozy of a game.
They lost up there about 5-6 years ago, didn't they?
Exactly. And when we go to Starksville, Mississippi State. Now, I've been listening
November 16th.
I've been listening to a lot of talk radio, and everybody has Mississippi State just on a throne. Now, I don't know what the deal is. Now, I look back at my picks. I had Mississippi State 6-6. That's how I predicted them. But they are, and I'm talking, the talking heads are saying Mississippi State's going to have a stellar year. Have you been hearing that? Or
No, I got Mississippi State going 5-7. I got them down this year. But I have heard what you're hearing, and I'm sticking by. You know, I got them going 5-7, and that's just, hey, I might get my toes stepped on, but I don't think Mississippi State has a great year.
Well, I am going to be at Mississippi State when I see Tyler, my nephew.
Yep.
They're playing Kansas State on September 14th.
Yep.
And by then, Mississippi State would already played Southern Miss and Louisiana Lafayette, which are 2 okay
That's right.
games,
That's
but
right.
their first test will be against Kansas State, so that'll tell a lot.
And I think that Auburn beating Alabama, the last game of the year, sets up the perfect scenario to slap Alabama in the face, refocus them, and they beat Georgia in the SEC championship, and then they win their bowl game against Oklahoma with Jalen Hurts probably, and then they move on to the national championship, and they beat Clemson this year in the national championship. Alabama's going to win the national championship, and Auburn, the Auburn fans will all be on Facebook saying, we beat the national champions. It's coming. Watch it. I'm predicting it. It's going to be a big stink. We beat the national champions. Anyway, I got Alabama winning the SEC championship against Georgia and winning the national championship. What's your thoughts on the SEC championship and the national championship?
I like Alabama playing Georgia, but you know, you made a joke at me about Florida. I just don't see Florida doing anything in the East. East still got a lot of
I really think
building to do.
we only got about 4 minutes left in the show, but I like Dan Mullen, and I like his system. I like the way he protects his quarterbacks. High percentage throws. He does not make his quarterbacks make big decisions. They run that veer option, read option, however what you want to call it. And the throws that Dan Mullen offense make are high percentage throws like Tim Tebow. And I just go back to Tim Tebow. I keep going back to him, but that's what it was. When Tebow threw the ball at Florida, it was a high percentage curl route or an out route with pick plays involved and everything. And I just like Dan Mullen's system. He's dumbed it down to the college. Now, Dan Mullen could never be an NFL coach. Never. Dan Mullen could never be an NFL coach. But I like Florida and what he's got going on.
Well, what was your Kentucky picks? I mean, what did you have Kentucky at?
I had Kentucky at 7-5.
See, I have them 9-3. See,
You got Kentucky having a great year.
I really believe they're going to have a
I got
great
them
year.
losing to Florida, Mississippi State, South Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee.
All right. So,
Hey, at the high school level, Crenshaw Christian, they had their little
I saw
scrimmage, and Wayne Grant is back up to his old tricks. Watch out over there. They got Ty Singleton, and then they're gonna have a big year. And they beat Lee Scott 31-15 Friday night. And the man can coach football.
he can.
The man can coach football. Don't put anything past him. We want to thank Johnny Bulldog and Brad McCoy for being our guest here tonight. And
You better think that supervisor. You don't want him on you.
I know, yeah, we'll run him out, man. Hey, Miami and Florida next Saturday, August 24th. They play on ESPN at 6 p.m. And then after that, Arizona plays Hawaii, and we are off and running, brother.
Off and
College
running, man.
football is back. And the Troy Trojans had their first scrimmage. And
I saw, yeah.
Caleb Barker, that was his first live action since last fall when he tore his ACL, because they did not let him have live action in the spring. Although he was rehabbed up from his surgery, he didn't have any live action in the spring. And Caleb Barker looks like he's ready to pick up right where he left off. He's got the number one. He's the number one quarterback, and he looks like he's poised to do that again. But the defense dominated. The defense dominated the scrimmage. But watch out for Caleb Barker. I really. Johnny Bulldog said he looks at another 10-win season for the Trojans, and I'm gonna tell you they could.
Yeah,
They're loaded.
exactly. And
They're
I
loaded.
hope we can do our Sun Belt countdown.
I do too.
Next Sunday, because I got some big things for Troy.
Yeah.
I just really believe it's going to set up good with them. Their
That's
last
good.
game, Appalachian State.
App
It's
State.
going to be, and those bad boys have to come here this time.
I like it. I like it. Hey, they had Meet the Patriots over at Pike Little Arts, and Coach Alan Ponder and his baseball players got their state championship
saw 'em.
rings.
Yeah,
There they
check 'em
are,
out.
right
There they
there.
are.
And hey, some of these cats in this picture, Wally, had back-to-back
Barron,
state championship
Barron
rings.
boys.
That's just something special. Those people will remember that their whole life, man. That's just, and I know that's a spring sport, and we're supposed to be talking about football, but that's special. That's special right there. That right there is special. That's special. Wanted to mention that. The PGA playoffs underway. 70 players qualified for the BMW Championship at
Fleetwood, baby. He's in it.
at Medina this weekend, just outside Chicago. Justin Thomas is your winner, and he's a former Alabama Crimson Tide player.
Tommy Fleetwood.
And we're down to 30 seconds in the show. 30 players move on to the Tour Championship. Don't forget to look for Colin McCreary. He's going to be up there spotting at Eastlake in just outside Atlanta at Eastlake. And by the way, your Cubbies are no longer in first place in their division.
I know,
St. Louis Cardinals have overtaken the Cubbies
Yeah,
in
that
first
won't be
place.
long.
The Braves beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3 this weekend, but I stick by my prediction that the Braves are not going to be able to handle the Dodgers.
They don't have a bullpen, bro.
When it comes to the playoffs, the Dodgers win. Thank you for checking in tonight. Some good guests on the show tonight. We'll see you next Sunday night on Sports Chat with Neal and Wally. Keep it cool.